You know, he just was like a teacher around us. You know, he come around, we ask questions. He's like a guidance counselor also, you know, where, you know, you can ask him something pertaining to, you know, how things should be or how he may see it, and he always had like good energy and good answers for us. So I would say like a spiritual advisor.
Shaolin was always the place inside the flicks that we were watching. It was always about Shaolin. Even when we used to watch the Kung Fu movies on 42nd Street, it was always about Shaolin. So it was just something that stuck with us at the time.
The fact that martial arts films were often booked in like sort of ghetto theaters gave Black American culture access to those films earlier than a wider culture. But, you know, like a lot of things, especially in music, Black American culture is sort of ahead of things, and then the mainstream catches up to it. So I think that's partly the connection also to hip-hop. And there's even Kung Fu films, Shaolin versus Wu-Tang. And I see you have stolen the secret of the Wu-Tang sword style. We must retrieve it.
It was like, number one, you know, we grew up as rough kids anyway that liked to be into wrestling or whatever. So anything that had anything to do with fighting, we was looking at, you know. But Shaolin, Kung Fu was like, we got it from the TV. We got it from the TV though, you know. It taught me how to deal with more honor, loyalty, love, revenge. It just taught me all them kind of things.
Wu-Tang is a sword style of rhyming, and it's also a sword style of Kung Fu. You know, I always say that we are lyrical swordsmen. We have to be lyrically sharp with the tongue. You know, the tongue is like a sword, and when in motion, it produces wind. That's like the sword that's swinging. Back in the days, when we were young, we were teenagers, we used to travel throughout the borough we lived in the town. We used to walk all around from town to town, different neighborhoods, challenging other MCs, you know, challenging their sword play, their word play. A lot of Kung Fu movies are like that, where they challenge each other. Tournaments, it's about challenging. And hip-hop is very much like that.
To be an MC is like to be a samurai, to be able to walk up to somebody and challenge them and battle them and feel like you killed them with your mouth, you know what I mean? So it's very similar to a martial code. And I think that's why hip-hop is really was able to engulf it and put it part of its own.
But of all the elements of hip-hop, the greatest physical expression of martial arts can be seen in breakdancing or b-boying.
I think what gives Shaolin credibility with the hip-hop scene is that a lot of the moves and things like that was done in the old movies was imitated by the break dancers. You know, all the break dancers did it. Some of the names of those old Kung Fu movies, like Grandmaster of Kung Fu, he's the Grandmaster. Then you see, you know, Grandmaster Flash. So I think, you know, from the vocabulary of it, from, you know, the action of it, I think hip-hop loves it and absorbed it, you know what I mean? It became part of our dance.
If it comes to throwing knuckles, one on your chin will make you buckle. Got my kick once and every time I see him, I rush him. I'ma walk down the street, hold my head high. I got too much pride as a man to let some slide. Start plotting on you when I realize you a lie. Put you under a little pressure, then the truth is told. Come to find out you're not involved like you said you was involved. I'ma be a man about mine, be a man about yours. And I'ma stand on the front line, I'm ready for war. Cause I'm a soldier, I thought I told you, boy. I'm a soldier, I thought I told you, boy. Be a man about mine, be a man about yours. And I'ma stand on the front line, I'm ready for war. Cause I'm a soldier, I thought I told you, boy. I'm a soldier.
Washington Square Park on a sunny afternoon. Yan Ming enjoys some New York street culture. It's worlds apart from the monastic life he once led in China. Having once lived in a 1,500-year-old monastery, Yan Ming has made a few lifestyle changes. Since coming to America, he has adopted a 21st century life in the West and now has 2 children with his partner, Sophia.
The first time I met Sifu was in February 1995. I was just about to turn 30. I was watching Kung Fu movies with my girlfriend Maria. We were watching Jackie Chan movies, Jet Li movies, and we came to Kung Fu, I think, in a very mundane, common American way, which was you watch movies and you think, oh my God, that's amazing, I want to do that too. So we started looking around for schools. Then we both heard exclusively of each other, actually, that there was a Shaolin monk teaching. And hearing that a Shaolin monk is teaching is kind of like hearing that Pavarotti's moved to your neighborhood and is teaching opera. So we said, oh my God, we have to find this guy. So then I called the Tai Chi Association of New York or something, and we finally found him. So I looked at him, and he spoke no English, and I didn't speak any Chinese. I went home that night, and I called my parents, and I said, I met the man I'm going to marry today. I knew. I was never more sure about anything in my life. And he thought that I was a boy, which actually happens to me all the time. And I didn't even have my head shaved. I myself didn't know whether or not he could be in a relationship because, as everybody should, you assume that he has taken a vow of celibacy.
Yan Ming is unusual in that he hasn't taken vows of celibacy. This is because he joined the temple at the time of the Cultural Revolution, when the strict monastic order had been abandoned and monks were being encouraged to marry and assimilate back into society.
How Sifu makes me feel is safe. And I don't mean in just the physical sense of, oh, I can walk down the street and he can kill someone with one touch of his finger. I don't mean that. I mean emotionally safe and spiritually safe.
His son, Jin Long, is 5 years old and has just started training Kung Fu, the same age Yan Ming was when he began his schooling as a warrior monk.
When I was 5 years old, my parents took me to the Shaolin Temple. That's because when I was 3 years old, I almost died. I was very sick. And the doctor couldn't figure out what's wrong with me. When my parents just on the way to throw my body out. And luckily, the acupuncture doctor and saw my parents were crying. Asked my parents, why are you crying? And my parents said, my child is dead. And the acupuncture doctor said to my parents, just let me take a look. Probably I can help you. So my parents were Buddhists. They believe a Buddha can save my life.
With barely a pulse in his body, the doctors were able to revive Yan Ming using acupuncture. So grateful were his parents, they decided to devote his life to Buddha and entrust him to the Shaolin Temple. For 1,500 years, the temple has been training its disciples as both monks and warriors. Shaolin monks were often attributed with supernatural powers because of their remarkable kung fu. They achieve superhuman strength through extreme training, where the body is conditioned to become a lethal weapon capable of inflicting and withstanding incredible pain. It's called iron body training.
You train everywhere. Every single part of your body. You must train. You must build them and as strong as possible. I started to train iron body, iron head, iron neck at a very early age. You hang yourself and use that the belt can hold your body up. And I can hold it 10 minutes, no problem. And some people can hold just seconds. They have to release themselves and they choke themselves. If you want to do it, difficult things become easy. If you don't want to do it, the easy things become difficult. Be able to make your face become like iron, hard as steel. You have to punch the wall, punch the tree. And sometimes you say, I don't want to train. Master say, okay, let me see where you don't want to train. Your leg begin shaking. At a certain point, begin numb. And master seriously, I slap you. The master, the shifu, seriously slap you. They kick you. And most of the time, they don't want to talk to you. They give you action and talking. For example, you keep your arms up. You drop your arm bing, and you smash you will understand.
Kung Fu is body mind, you know what I mean? What's the use of a strong body with a foolish mind? What's the use of a good mind and a weak body? You know what I'm saying? Each one must help each other. That was one of the foundation reasons why Damo introduced certain martial arts to the monks, because they was falling asleep while they was supposed to be meditating, or they didn't have the energy to do certain things. So he gave them some physical meditation, you know what I'm saying, to help their bodies remain strong so they could focus on building up their mind and building up their spirit.
Yan Ming is recognized as one of the elite who can demonstrate extreme physical feats known as hard Qi Kung. He has trained his pain threshold to withstand the most brutal of blows.
When I'm doing hard Qi Kung in my mind, I thinking, just do it. No problem. And I feel very normal when I'm doing hard Qi Kung to me. I don't feel the pain because I trained martial arts over 30 years. I don't get hurt. That's because I know how to use my Qi to protect myself. Qi is life first. Everything has Qi. But you have to know how to use your Qi, how to generate your Qi, and how to save your Qi. If you know how to express your Qi, how to use your Qi, you can do wonderful things. And take the pain, enjoy the pain. Remember that, understand that. The pain is a part of our lives.
Still handsome, yes.
And take the pain, eat, chew, and swallow, enjoy it.
Eastern philosophy it does embrace contradictions. It's like you can't enjoy the beauty of the universe without respecting its cruelty, or, you have to know that with happiness is sorrow and pain and suffering, and you can't have one without the other, so you must embrace them both. And Sifu kind of just walks that way. He lives that way.
I think the hard Qi Kung is the way to go, yo. definitely turn girls out at parties.
Yan Ming came to America as part of the first Shaolin monks tour of the United States. His rebellious nature prompted him to strike out on his own and defect from China. Yan Ming may be a warrior monk by trade, but it's his spiritual teachings that have made him a guru to many.
I like talking with him about anything, spiritual things, philosophical things. His reality is in his soul, and he's centered by it. That's why we all are drawn to him.
His aura is enough to have an influence on me, even if I'm 3,000 miles away in Los Angeles.
Life is beautiful. Everybody has a beautiful life. Everybody has different way to express it. And that's very important, everybody should understand themselves. Just like Buddha said, there are a million different doors, and for different people to walk through their lives. Yeah, more cheap. Merry Christmas.
But he is amazing to me. Sometimes I feel enlightened just standing around near him.
Like other Shaolin monks, Yan Ming practices Chan Buddhism, a philosophy that teaches enlightenment can be attained through intuitive thought and self-contemplation.
The monk means 客气. In Chinese, 客气 means make a wonderful relationship with